I would start with the scale and scope of the data collection, which significantly increases with the AI. The AI, training, etc., requires, large data sets. The ability really to train, those models on very large, and broad, set of the data. Which has the opposite then effect, like what data is being used for that. Do you have the rights to use that? Who is the owner of the data on one side? On the other side, it also, relates to the ability of the AI to do the deep analysis and to do the pattern recognition, which unfortunately may translate, into profiling and discrimination, practices. So that has to be definitely addressed through the ethical use of the AI. And going back to, the beginning, also, that needs to be clearly communicated, to the users, internal or, external. And then informed consent, from the users. That's really a problem when the AI comes in the game, because it's not very clear in a way how the data is going to be used. In some cases, the models that are being used are black boxes, and you don't know exactly, in a way how it is being used, which again, needs to change and needs to allow for a much more control. But that informed consent becomes really an issue. So clarity, plain language, explaining what it is becomes imperative, in a way. So if we look into what are the type of the things that should be done, proactively, to address, the transparency, within the privacy, etc. I would say the first would be, to use really the privacy as a part, of the design of the systems, applications, apps, that are being built. So it's like, if I may call it, privacy by design type of the framework, not wait, at the end to try to implement some of the things, but embedded from the beginning. Also, performing regular privacy assessments, and then monitor, and update, modify the things based on the monitoring, in a way. So one is the design, right, being from the beginning. Two is the data, is the governance. Combined, I would say, data and AI, governance. Knowing, the inventory of the data, how the data is classified, sensitivity, PII type of the classification, having the governance roles, clearly defined, the data lifecycle, management, and then on the AI side, obviously, related to, the AI privacy and ethics, that need and have to be, governed. And the third, is the culture, within the firm, right? So fostering education and development of the culture that, includes the privacy and also, trains the people on the things that they may not, see just based on their day-to-day work, right? So kind of regular training programs, privacy champions in different parts of the organization, and then communication, going back to, the beginning, right? The communication is imperative, in this, right? So those are, the things that, relate to the beyond the checkbox, type of the compliance.